and before obscure men. So that's the key right there. Proverbs 22:29. Do you see a man skillful in his work? That is so, so important for you to be skillful in your work and what you do. And so we're going to be coming on here to help you gather that skill. That's one of the things that we do at Bible Business Academy is we help you build your course, your consultant, or your coaching business online. And we do that with biblical principles. If this is your first time tuning in, I want you to say hello so we can say hello back to you. My name is Cathy McReynolds. I'm the founder and CEO of Bible Business Academy. And what we do is we help you build that business with biblical principles. And one of the key factors is getting that skill set so that you can have success in what you're doing. Good morning, Miss Patricia. How are you? So as you come on, say hello so we can say hello back to you. This is an informal Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to be hopping on here around noon, around the same time. And we're going to just be doing informal uh, impromptu questions based on some of the things that you talk about and some of the things that you have questions about. So make sure whether you're catching this during the live or replay, drop your comments inside of the comment section. Let us know what questions you have about building your business or about building your course. And also where you're tuning in from and what type of business are you looking to start. And if you haven't done so, you can call us at 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, and we can get your questions answered right there. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into today's topic. As you have questions, make sure you put them in there. It's kind of like a Q&A, impromptu type section there. And today we're going to talk about 13-point email checklist, a 13-point email checklist. So make sure you grab your pen and paper. I'm going to give you these checklists, but some of you might be thinking, well, I thought email was dead. I thought email is no longer important, and why do I even need an email list? I thought if you text everybody, they'll just text you back, and that's how you can communicate with them. And that is true that you can text people and you do get a higher open rate with text, but guess what? You get sales through email. I mean, think about it. How many things have you bought through your text? But how many things have you bought through the email? That's where the sales are made. And so that's why we want to talk to you about your email list and I'm doing that so it gives you a chance to number one, learn. Number two, if you got questions that concerning your course or your consulting or your coaching business, it'll give you the chance to answer that. What's up, Miss Danetta? How are you, beautiful? And so that's what we're going to help you guys with today. So that's what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is about. On Thursday, we're going to do the Kingdom Business Academy where we dive deep into the word and show you how you can use that to strengthen not only your life, but your business as well. So what is an email list? And I'm just making this simple, y'all. Email list is simply a list that businesses have gathered from visitors or customers that would like to receive information. They want updates, they want discounts and other details about your business, and they want that in a digital format. And you send it to their email box. It's like anytime you buy something, you got to enter your email in. And that's why email is so important. And when you're in our academy and we're helping you either build that business or scale that business, we're going to talk to you about your email list because the magic, like if you're not making money and you're just getting started and you have under 1,000 people on your email list, that's probably why you're not making the money. The magic, y'all, the magic starts at 1,000 in order to get you money in, and that's part of what we do in our academy. In about the third week of us building your email list, you providing value, you directing people, click on the link. You see that in a lot of things. Click on the link below, click on the link in the comments, click on the link down here. They're saying some of those things, and I'll throw one of our links in on this broadcast as well. And I just noticed at the top of the broadcast, I didn't even change that. But hey, this is what this is about, just helping you be able to know certain skills. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're breaking it down. Like when you come to the academy, you're going to get these books and stuff in the mail that will give you specifics on the things that you have to learn and you have to go through. So let's go ahead and dive in. 13-point email checklist. Remember, you got questions, throw them in the comments. The must have in every single email, like every single email, you must have these 13 things. So be sure to write them down. Number one, from line. That's the from line. Like if you open up this email today, it says, ooh, let's do this. Like that was today's email that said, hey, show up here, gather here, come see us here. And in that line, from line is personal and recognizable. It has to be personal and recognizable. So like they got to know, either you're going to put their name in there or you're going to put something that has to do with who you are and your personality, and so that they'll open. It's like, I kind of look at an email list like having in your phone on speed dial a bunch of people who want to know something about what you're doing. And at any moment, you could just hit speed dial and you can let them know, you can bring them value, you can help them out, you can give them tips, you can give them points. And there's such a big dynamic in this that you got to know the difference between when you need to sell, when you need to ask for things. So that's why that number one from line is personable and recognizable. Number two, you need an eye-opening subject line. And those are the things that we'll be sharing with you. Some of the eye-opening subject lines that you can have to get people, and we call that the opens. Like, what is your open rate? The average open rate in most people emails are about 3%, right? And it just depends on where you're at. Like I have my iFit Studio company, because it's so specific in our lead magnet, and I'll talk to you about what all of that means. We have like a 40-something% open rate in that. Now, when it comes to my email list, like when I put out an ad in one of our lead magnets, we have like a 45% opt-in rate. So you got an open rate and an opt-in rate. That's when someone comes into your email. We have a 45% opt-in rate because people who want to build a business with biblical principles, they're going to want more information. And so that's part of that eye-opening subject line that you need. Number three, your first sentence is catchy. The key with that one, your first sentence being catchy, is in all copy and everything that you do, you're just trying to get the person to read one line and then read the next line. So if that first line is not catchy, guess what? They're not reading line 2, 3, or 10. You got to get them at the first line and keep them reading. So sometimes when you write something, you got to say, okay, will they read this line? Will they read that line? Will they read that line? And that may seem overwhelming, guys. That's why we give you copies of emails that work. And they're template swipe files. All you have to do is take that and utilize it in your business. You don't have to reinvent all of this stuff. Trust me, I've been there before where we tried to reinvent it. Number four, email has to have a hook. A hook is something that draws you in, right? A hook is something that gets your attention, makes you stop and pause and take a look. The next one is use open loops. An open loop is you see that a lot in movies and when they're talking, or soap operas or reality shows. I don't watch much TV, so I'm gathering on this one's right. So that's where they tell you what's coming and why you need to tune in. That's that open loop, or they leave you in a dramatic situation and say, to get the rest of it, tune in tomorrow. That's an open loop. So does your email have those open loops to say, hey, I need to make sure that I'm opening up these emails? You also need good white space, easy on the eyes. And so that means that, like, and that's the same thing when you're typing stuff. So when you put your paragraph in, you hit double space in order before you write that next paragraph. So when people are looking at it, if you're like me, when I look at an email, I always go to the bottom line. And that's because I'm a marketer and I understand that's where the truth is, down at the bottom, right? That's where you're going to get all the goodies. So I always go down there. So you need that wide open space so it makes people pay attention and they automatically follow the blocks. It's like, those things where we used to have the blocks that go when you learn to read. That's the purpose behind that. The net, I forget which number. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is good white space, easy on the eyes. Number 7, it has to be interesting and get to the point. You want to get straight to the point. It has to be interesting. If they're not interested, they're going to get off your email list, and be okay with people who leave your email list. That means they're not open or interested in what you're talking about. Maybe they thought they were, or they forgot about it. Number 10, 11, 9, 8, I forgot what number we're on. But the next one is fun and visual language. Fun and visual language. So you can put like, and this is something like, depending on your personality. I have that type of personality. I'm just like, okay, let's do this, do that, and do that. I love to have fun, but when it comes to business, I don't know. It's like, okay, let's just get it done so we can win, and then we can go have fun and do what we need to do. But sometimes you got to not think about what you want, but the people that you're looking to serve, what they want. Like, so if people are following me, they love education, they love to learn, but they also have to become doers of what they're learning as well. So it has to be in the fun and visual part. You can put the what do you call those things? See, that's how much I use them. You have to put the emojis and all of those, the gifs and all of that stuff in your email, and it has to be relevant to who you are. Because remember, when you're, and we're not talking about this right now, but when you're speaking to people in your email, it's not like you're speaking to a whole list. You're speaking to your avatars, and like my avatar, one name is Faye, one name is Charles, and I'm speaking directly to them, and you're having a conversation with one person, even though it's going out to thousands of people. The next on that list, it attracts your perfect audience. Like, attracts your perfect audience. You don't want just any and everybody on your email list, because number one, it's going to mess up your email from your provider. You can get disbarred from your provider, and they call it spamming, right? That's why they have those spamming laws out, where if people are just coming on because you're not using the right lead magnet, the right information to get them to get into your email list, they're going to leave. So like, one of our lead magnets says, do you want to build a business with biblical principles? Well, that's obvious. If you're going to come around here, we're talking about the Bible. So if you don't like the Bible, you don't want to come into this class, because we take it and that's what we do. That's what makes us different. You can go and you can learn about an email list in just about anybody's class who's going to teach you how to build a business online. But on top of that, we do it with biblical principles. So that's attracting my perfect audience. And it allows me to do what we set out to do, to help people build businesses with biblical principles for the kingdom, for God, so we can give him all the glory, use that money and put it back into the kingdom. Is that making sense? Any questions? Make sure you drop your questions in there as you have those. The next one, repulses everyone else. And I just talked about that. It has to repel. It has to repulse it. Like, it has to repel them. It has to make people who are not interested, like in biblical principles, they won't come into my email list. So that's why I have the word in there, biblical principles. That's why I have in my grasp Proverbs and different things like that, because it allows the right people to come into my list. And at least one link, the next one, we're on number 13, 12, 11. We're on number 11. You need at least one link in the email, and that's that hyperlink. And so that's a call to action. In that call to action, a lot of times you can have it in your PS, or at least one link where and I have multiple links where people can click and click and click, and that's your click-through rate, so that they're clicking. So it's one step. There's one thing for them to open, and number two is another thing for them to click on that. And we're going to talk about that on a later email. And then you got to leave them wanting more. We call that the cliffhanger. That's number 12. You got to leave them wanting more. That's the cliffhanger. And finally, y'all, on that 13-point checklist, you need a solid PS line. And that's the secret right there. That solid PS line. That's where people go to buy things. That's where people take action. That's your call to action. Those are the things that they will do inside of that. So let me know which one of those resonated with you. What was your aha moment? I don't see any questions on here. These are short and quick that we're going to be hopping on here sharing with you. I want to keep them 15 minutes and under, and we're right at that. So make sure if you want to grow a course, a consultant business, or coaching business online, and you want to do that with biblical principles, see how clear I'm being on that, right? Then I want you to go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, BibleBusinessAcademy.com. Put your information in there. And when I say your information, is going to ask you for your email, your phone number. Danetta says she loved the white space. Yes. It's going to ask you for your phone number. It's going to also ask you for your name. You're going to put all of that in there. And then one of our consultants will reach out to you as soon as you ding in, or you can go to the chat while you're right there. You can start chatting and they'll immediately start chatting back with you. Or just go ahead and avoid the line, all of that. You can call them at 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, and we'll be able to answer any questions. So if I don't see any questions there, I'm going to go ahead and head off. But remember, if you're catching this during the replay, you can still drop it in. We'll go back and answer all these questions, and catch us here Monday through Thursday. With the first 3 days, it's just us gathering together, having a conversation. And if you came here off of the email that we sent, let me know that you came here from there. And tomorrow I'll be able to tell you guys like how many people opened that email and what happened from there. But if I don't see anything else, I'm going to say see you guys later, and make sure that you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, put your information in there so that we can help you with building that business. And you know what I just realized? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show 13-point email checklist at the end of the broadcast. All right, y'all. It's Monday. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.